Okay, so welcome to episode 58 of the Codependent Knitters. This is my friend Dawn.
And that's my friend Lisa.
So I'm coming from Muskoka.
And I'm from Sarnia, Ontario.
So yeah. So how do you want to start?
Well, welcome back.
Welcome back. And to anybody new, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, we're a couple of crafty gals that just love knitting mostly and love to talk about knitting and other crafty things.
And life. Yeah.
And life.
Yeah. I'm really excited. I haven't seen you in so long.
I know. What have you been up to?
Girl child who is like 5'9" and really tall now. So really she still answers to girl child. So I still use it. But she's been working. So I've been spending a lot of time driving her to work because we don't have transit here and picking her up. So I've been doing some car knitting.
Yeah.
But
getting through the summer. You guys did some more house renos.
More house renos. Still ongoing house renos. I had to rearrange the computer today, so you can't tell that I don't have any baseboards in my house right now.
Oh,
they have to be painted. So yeah.
This, I can't believe it's like, okay, it's September 1st for us today when we're recording.
Yeah. I know.
I can't believe it.
They go to school next week.
I know. Yay. We went on vacation to Manitoba. Supposed to be for 3 weeks. We cut it short because Jack and I got COVID. Yay. I'm still coughing like it's been a month and it's, yeah. So hopefully we won't have to interrupt for me to have a coughing break.
Right.
But we had a really good trip the first 2 weeks of the trip. Got to see some friends and family, some of my family and Ryan's family. We also did the cemetery interment for my dad, and then 2 days later in my hometown for my mom. So, bittersweet, that part, but we did get to visit with family, like some aunts and uncles I haven't seen for a while, and good family friends that we hadn't seen for a while. And so that was really nice. We had some good visiting time.
You forgot to do that and you didn't get COVID beforehand.
We were lucky that the timing of it. Yeah. And I did I did a lot of knitting. And actually this was I started it before. So I talked about starting it in episode 57 and I started it before our trip. And so I'll talk about it now because I'm wearing it. This is my Derecho that I Googled it. That's how you say it. Derecho. It is by Allison Green. I'm just going to stand up and back up. So it's a t-shirt. It's fantastic. And I did it a little longer. Whoops. It's folding up because I was sitting. But yeah, isn't it great?
It's beautiful.
I think I'm going to do the armholes a little bit tighter because when I was steaming it, like sort of wet blocking it, steam blocking it, they're just a little bit loose, like a little bit big. So I might just redo just the armhole edgings. But I love it. 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 So in the last episode, I was talking about these garter rows, and I wasn't sure about these eyelets. These eyelets are the increases, so they're not optional. Well, I guess you could do some other.
You could do another increase, but
a different increase. But I did the first couple, and I liked it, so I thought I'm just going to leave it. I was worried they'd be too big and lacy and see-through. They're not.
No, it's a nice one.
Yeah. Sorry, noise. Okay, the yarn.
Okay.
The yarn is the fantastic Berroco Remix Light. It is 100% recycled fibers, nylon, cotton, acrylic, silk, and linen. And it's like $16 to $18.
That's good. What's the mileage?
Fantastic.
Mileage.
Mileage. You get a lot of mileage. You do, because there's actually 432 yards or 400 meters. And I think it's like sort of gauged at DK.
That's nice. That's good.
Yeah. I didn't keep track of how many balls I used. So I weighed it last night and I'm like 305 grams. So I must have used a bit more than 3 balls because I have some tiny little bits left over, but I also had done a gauge swatch that I still have here. So somewhere there's a partial ball of this stuff, but I don't know.
Nice.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So it has like just a very tweedy.
It's beautiful. It's
tweedy look to it. Yeah. It's so lightweight, and this yarn is amazingly soft. And it definitely feels like a cotton linen blend.
Okay.
So I love it.
It looks incredible. It looks really good. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm really happy with it.
I'm liking the color too.
I really like. I like the neckline. It's just a cast on. There's no ribbing. So I did a lot of car knitting. I didn't finish this on that trip.
No.
Because then once I got sick, I was mostly sleepy. And also from all the knitting I did, I started getting inflammation and like tendonitis in here. Like at one point I could barely move this. And now I have some trigger thumb going on. So I've been taping my thumbs so I can't bend it because it'll get stuck there and I have to pop it back. So I have a wrist brace and I've been trying not to knit quite so much. And so that's my beautiful blue. It's just, I had masking tape sitting in my office. So
it works. Go on hitchhiking.
Well, the wrist brace kind of comes up and keeps it so I can't do this, right? And I can't type with it, so I don't wear it for work. It's a little too in the way. But yeah, so that slowed me down knitting. But I did do a lot of knitting. And we went to some yarn stores. So we went to Wolseley Wool. I stayed with Marianne for a couple days at the beginning of our trip. We went to Wolseley Wool in Winnipeg, which is a fantastic store. And they had a summer sale going on at the time. And I had actually ordered ahead of time 3 orders. I kept ordering more.
Didn't you order from them before? But yeah.
Yeah. But I knew I was going. So I ordered for store pickup and they were just sitting there waiting for me.
Oh,
so I ordered yarn and I ordered a whole bunch. They have Chowgoo and I ordered a whole bunch of Chowgoo needles because they were 20% off. Cords, like different lengths.
I love the way you say yarn.
Yarn. And then of course, when we went there to pick it up, I found more. So I'll show you some of that a little bit later because some of it's in a whip and some of it I've already knit up. So there's things going on. And then we also we were Googling like yarn stores in Winnipeg. There's a shop called Lizzie. I have it to look over here because I wrote it down. Lizzie B's Needle Art Supplies in Winnipeg. It's primarily needlework, so cross stitch and that kind of stuff. She does have a little bit of yarn there. I can't remember exactly what. But it's a great little store, and I did pick up.
Do you get like cross stitch?
I got a piece of linen.
Oh, pretty.
From her. She's got some pre-cuts of linen, and yeah, and that was fun. And then we went to Beausejour. So for non-Manitobans, Beausejour is about an hour east of Winnipeg. Okay. And there is a fantastic store there. It is called Needlecrafts and Studio. And I mean, it's everything needlecrafts. She's got like sewing and that, some fabric, sewing stuff, stitching stuff. She had wool applique. She had, of course, yarn, crochet, like everything, needles, everything. Good. It's fantastic. I think she even had dyeing supplies, like if you wanted to try some yarn dyeing. So Needlecrafts and Studio. And yeah, I bought some stuff there. And I'll probably do that at the end. I'll do the stash haul. But I wanted to show quickly. So in the stitching supplies, I did pick up this Coral Breeze embroidery kit.
Oh, nice.
Isn't that cute?
That is so cute.
So it's just different embroidery stitches.
Is it printed? Is that one printed, or do you have to figure it out on your own?
I don't even know. Kit includes. Yeah, pre-printed fabric. So you stitch on top of the printed pattern, which is very helpful if you're a beginner like me for embroidery stitching.
Yeah.
There's a hoop inside. Yeah, it's a complete kit. That was fantastic. So the company is Bryn and Co. This is the top.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah. So that was great. Like I said, a little bit of everything in there. And I got a piece of this pale bluish It's casual linen.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just because, you know, all the stitching I do, which if I bugger my thumb, that's going to be hard to do, but for now I can still do it.
Right.
Okay, so funny story. On our trip home, we came back through Canada, and we also acquired a new family member on our trip.
Are you gonna go get him?
So no, you know what? He's probably sleeping in the spare room, so we'll meet him another day. I can put in a couple pictures of him. His name is Shiloh. And so if you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen the story of Shiloh. But Shiloh was rescued from the side of a country gravel road by my sister-in-law, who is a vet with a mobile vet truck. And they thought they passed a dead kitten, and then he moved. And he was actually fortunately not hurt too bad. And she sort of helped him recover. And this was 2 days before we got there. And then we fell in love with him. And they can't keep him as a house pet because my brother-in-law has allergies. And they already have a couple of, yard barn cats. So we decided to bring Shiloh home as well. So we came back through Canada, and there's one really long stretch of driving that we did late at night. And it was dark. It was at night, and we hit fog. And so, Ryan's driving, and I said, oh, here, put the fog lights on. So I reached over and pushed the button, and then he pushed it again. He's like, what are you doing? I said, well, put the fog lights on. It helps when you're driving. And so other people can see it. The visibility wasn't very good. And then so I push the button, he pushes it again. And I was like, put them on. And then he said, you're opening the CD drawer. I thought it had a triangle on it. It's dark. I just thought, I'll put them on for you. Apparently I was popping open the CD drawer.
Okay, so you're saying, were you guys in the truck?
Yeah. Okay,
because I'm thinking to myself, the fog lights are on the other side of the steering wheel. Were you on his lap? I'm like, what is going on in the truck?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's too funny.
Yeah. One other thing I brought home, Ryan's sister does pottery, and she made me a yarn bowl.
Nice.
Isn't it gorgeous?
That is so nice.
Now, it's heavy because it's hand formed. She doesn't have her own pottery wheel. She has to rent one at a studio. But she's setting up a studio at home, and she plans to get one. And I'm trying to talk her into making more of these babies. So this one is really heavy.
That is like wicked moody.
Yeah, it's like got the blues. I'm getting a bit of reflection there, but there.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah. The last episode, we had a little giveaway for everyone who watched. You had to comment using the word baby, and we picked a random winner, and you will receive a set of the baby sock blockers from Timber Yarns, and they're
Those
fantastic.
Are so cute. They're cute.
Yeah, I have a pair for myself, and I love them. And a little hot chocolate from Timber Yarns. So you can find these on Timber Yarns website, and they're a really good price point.
So cute.
So that's those. And we used a random comment picker. The winner was Lou Bond, and her comment was, oh baby, it's hot in Michigan. So I assume, Lou, you're in Michigan. So get in touch with us, Lou. Get us your mailing address, and we will get that out to you. And thanks everyone for watching and for commenting.
Perfect.
We don't have one today, but we'll be doing that again in the future. We do appreciate your comments, though. So we love when you comment on our videos. We should recap our knit-alongs.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Let's do that. We have the Musselburgh hat, which we
Musselburgh mania,
right? Which we decided to extend till the end of October because I can't stop now that I finally did one. Now I can't stop. So we're gonna do that till the end of October. I have the Love Local until the end of November. Did you?
So Love Local has to meet the criteria of being, the pattern has to be independently published. The yarn has to not come from a big box store, but from an indie dyer or a small independent yarn shop online, or a brick and mortar local yarn shop. And then I think those are the two criteria.
If you have more than one criteria at a time, you can actually put your picture in twice. Like if it's a shawl made with an indie dyer, indie pattern bought at a small yarn store, that's 3 entries. So put your picture 3 times so that we can,
yeah. You can enter the same project for each criteria that it makes.
Right. Exactly.
That it meets.
And that's going till the end of November.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
And the year-long shape along, make along.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. So that's any 3D shaped item.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Such as gnomes.
Plants. I've seen those.
Plants.
Really pretty big right now. Stuffies, rattles, anything like that. So
yeah, toys. Yeah, just something that's like a 3D shape.
Yeah.
Could be an ornament for a tree.
Yeah.
So you have till the end of December to get those in.
And we're going to do that. We're going to backdate that, right? Till May 1st.
Yes, because I didn't make the, no, that one. Yes, May 1st. Anything you finished since May 1st. Because I didn't make the Ravelry thread for that. The discussion thread. And I will. It's going to be there when you watch this.
Perfect. Okay. So on the 3D thing, I went to Barrie Fiber Show on the 27th, which was the day before my 29th anniversary. And
happy anniversary.
Thank you. I have a hard time finding eyes. And I was there and there was a booth that was entirely eyes. I kind of felt like I was being watched, but that's okay. So, but they all hand paint them. Like she hand paints them. She has rainbow ones. She has like, yeah. So she has the split ones, glitter eyes, frosted eyes. She even has rainbow eyes and glow in the dark sparkle eyes. They just glow green.
That's neat.
Yeah. So I'm going to get really close so you can see that's the website. And you can order from her like I did. I got red eyes, split red eyes, and I got split yellow eyes because I want to make those little frogs, right?
Yeah.
So those
are these all the safety eyes?
Yeah, they're all the safety eyes, and she gives you like instructions on how to put them in, and but they're just so like in the glow in the dark one. So this is what the glow in the dark looks like it's all sparkly. See it?
Yeah.
And then when it's dark, it's just got that green look to them. So they're really nice. They were out in my
That's neat.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
what else did you do or get at the Barrie Fiber Spirit?
Okay, so I went to the fiber show because I did a sweater and I bought the yarn at the Muskoka Fiber Show. And I miscalculated and I ended up with almost like 3 skeins, just shy of 3 skeins left over for leftovers. So I called them, the place I got them from, and I got them to put aside a couple for me. And it was this what I got last time. I got a couple more of these. And so I don't wear the same sweater all the time. I got this, which is a bit thicker. But I'm going to do the cuffs and maybe a stripe or something in it just so it doesn't look the exact same.
Do something with color work. Like just simple.
Yeah. I just thought they were so cool.
Cool.
Yeah. And I'm really happy with it. So what else did I get? Oh, and I also got this here. Noise. It's one of those for needle felting. Because I had a hole in my sweater, and because I used a lot of natural fiber, I just kind of felt it around it so it can't run away on me. So,
yeah, good idea.
Yeah, and then I can patch it or whatnot and see what I can do.
You can also do that when you weave in ends and just the little end that sticks out with wool. Yeah. Yeah, you can punch it so that you don't have that end poking out.
And that I actually do that a lot with the gnomes because the gnomes are 3-dimensional, right? And if it starts to let loose, there's nothing I can do about it. So I actually just kind of punch them for a bit and they're done. But yeah.
That's a really good idea. Yeah. Neat.
But that was it. Last of the wild ones here.
Well, there was a small first time fiber festival in my area. It's not your area anymore, but my area in Courtright, which is not too far from Sarnia. So it was the Lambton County's first annual fiber fair. And it was a little less like the, yarn, like the knitting shows, and a little more all things fiber. It was very small. So there was a booth there selling woven products. There were some finished quilts. There was some crocheted items, some felted wool art.
Oh, nice.
There was a fiber mill there with they crank their own socks, and they will be at Woodstock. And then one of my favorites is the nearby Black Ash Acres alpaca farm. So Elaine was there. Yeah, I had a nice quick little visit with Elaine, and she was there. They have finished products like socks and insoles and mittens and stuff, but she also has fiber and yarn. So I bought these two skeins, and they're actually a alpaca merino blend.
They're beautiful. They're gorgeous.
Yeah, a little bit of a heavier weight, and they're just amazing,
squishy.
So I was really, what's that?
Squishy.
Very squishy. Very. Yeah, so those were my souvenirs. So next year, I think they're planning on doing next year. It'll probably be a little bit bigger, a little bit better, and we'll have to tell people. I'll tell people all about it ahead of time. And I think it'll be. It's nice to have something local. Yeah,
that's very cool. Yeah, no, that's nice.
Yeah.
So I went to kind of Poshmark.
Oh yeah.
So I went to Poshmark and I was looking at stuff, and I thought, nah, I'm a knitter. So I entered in knitting, and one thing came up. What's that?
This is online, like Poshmark's a website.
Poshmark's online, and they did like a lot of clothes and secondhand shoes and handbags or whatever, stuff like that. So I entered in knitting as a search, and one thing came up, just one, and it ended up being, I don't know how to say it, the MUUD living needle case, which is really quite the thing. It's really, really pretty. Yeah. All leather inside and out. And this is
nice.
Isn't that gorgeous? And it's funny that it was black.
Yes.
Every time I look at them, I only see the brown ones, but this one's black. I have my cords up here, as you can see them poking out. But the only thing is I don't know what to put in the zipper section, because the zipper section is the entire size of it. I guess you can put your pattern that you're working on in there.
Yeah, you could.
But look at how many needles you fit in there. So yeah,
that's amazing.
I was kind of surprised that there was something with knitting on Poshmark. Yeah, so I just it's one of those happy finds. Yeah.
That was a good find.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. I was pretty happy with it.
Did you go anywhere else?
I went to Barrie yesterday with my my kiddo, my girl child, which is bigger than I am. But I bought this one here. Makes me laugh because it's like, it says one more row, one more cookie, one more nap, and you can roll it around. It's like for your bag.
Oh, a pin. Yeah.
I love these crazy funny things for the bags. And this one here, this is one of my favorite hashtags to look at. It's the places, what is it? Places you can knit. So that one's kind of cool. And then there's one thing that I usually buy if I see it, like I've bought quite a couple, and I love them because they're they're really good at two things. One, they make me smile every time I see them, and they tighten my needles really well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let me see.
Very 60s love child.
Hard. Yeah, so I got these because they just, I don't know. I think and part of the thing is that the jar opener I have is so big, it's hard to make sure you have the needle in the right place and to tighten it with the stick. So yeah.
So they're just like little kind of rubbery, grippy things.
Yeah, they're just, yeah. I wish you had some, because that could be a really good picture.
Yeah.
I'll bring them. I'll put them in my purse in case we're together again. When we're together again.
Yes.
Oh,
Hey, speaking of Love Local, there's a new pattern release today. The pattern is by our friend Robbie Lachlan,
yeah.
and it's in collaboration with the Blue Brick.
Have you bought it yet?
No, I'm going to
I
though.
bought it.
Yeah.
I fell in love with it. Good job,
Oh.
Robbie.
Okay, that reminds me, because there's something else I want to say about. Okay, first I'll talk about the collaboration, but then I want to mention something about buying his patterns. So it's the fading plaid scarf, and there's a picture there. He's got a bunch of pictures on Instagram. It's gender neutral. It's triangular. The sample
Very
they actually
modern.
use yes, they use DK, and it's just texture, and it's purls and knits.
That's it.
So if you can knit and you can purl, you can make this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they did it in collaboration with the Blue Brick. And so Tito designed the color that is used in the sample.
Yeah.
And it's a very gradual gradient. So that's
beautiful.
what you'd want for this pattern, right? You'd want a solid or a very subtle gradient. Yeah, it's gorgeous. So that would meet our criteria for indie designed pattern and indie dyed yarn for our Love Local make along. Also related to Robbie. So Robbie donates his pattern sales to different charities. Yeah, to different charities every month. Yep. So I believe this one's for the Children's Hospital.
I think so, which is always near and dear to him.
Yes, very much. And his patterns are very low priced. And then he donates the proceeds to a charity. So what I've done with some of them is I've bought some for gifts, because you can do that in Ravelry. You can buy it and just give it to another Ravelry user, and it just puts it in their library. So I've done that a few times too. Yeah, so that's new. Hey, you know what else? We've got some really great prizes for our Love Local make along. Knit along, make along. We do. So I just want to do this because it's one of our favorite make alongs. We do it every year, and these are going to be some of the prizes. So we have a set of sock blockers from Songbird Yarn and Fibers.
Yeah, and there is a bag from Gingersnapthat.
There is a bag from Gingersnapthat. It's beautiful.
It's very pretty.
It's got that mandala pattern. And there's a set of yarn from Gingersnapthat. It's their Zest fingering, the coastal.
Nice.
And this is seawater. This is coastal.
Nice.
You see the different colors they coordinate. There are 2 skeins of yarn there. So that's what's available for prizes for our Love Local make along. So we hope you'll join us. You can just about enter. You can enter just about anything. I mean, you can find some way to meet the criteria. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. That's all the admin stuff. Let's talk knitting. Sure. I talked about what I'm wearing. This is one of my FOs, my Derecho.
I am dying to show you this one. It's my Musselburgh. It's made with Patons Kroy, and it's I did it on a really tight gauge. It kind of stands on its own. But I love it. So here we go. Ready?
Yep.
So it's nice and fitted. And it's one thing I did do is I took a hat that I really liked the way it fits, and I did this to the length, and then I put a pin, so I knew that I had to go the other way. But I was running, because my gauge was so tight, I was running out of gray gentry, which is the color. And, you know, what's a girl to do when you run out of yarn? Well, then stripe it.
Improvise.
Yeah, so there we go.
I love it.
I love it. It's kind of stripes on the inside.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so I'm really super happy with it. And I'm already starting another one of those hats, but.
Yeah. Well, that's the beauty of that pattern. Like, you have 2 hats in one. It's so versatile. You can use whatever your gauge is, whatever yarn you want to use. It has instructions
Well, for that one, I use the customized one because I think I have a 10 or 11 stitches per inch.
Okay.
Done on a
That's
2
pretty good.
Yeah.
I used a 3mm for my fingering ones.
Yeah.
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 All right. So whip time. I've got Soxx out the wazoo. So whatever a wazoo is. In July, I went just on a little weekend getaway with some friends out to one of the friends' cottages. And I made little gifts for everyone. Everyone was bringing a little gift for each other. And it was kind of short notice. So I
that was when you came to my house.
Yeah, on the way home. Because I was driving nearby to Lisa. So I stopped in to see Lisa. Yeah, so I finished one gift for the friend who hosted us, and I made everybody cottage socks out of worsted weight yarn. So if you remember, this was my autumn acorns worsted weight
nice.
cabled socks. Yeah, with the magic heel. Yep. So it's the magic heel socks in worsted weight, and this is mine. And then I improvised. I did all of these the same, and I did one cable, a big fat 3x3 cable.
Looks nice
down the front. And I made the pair that I left the friend, and then I made 3 more since then. So
very cool.
Mine was done in Cascade Heathers, and that's what I used for the pair that I don't have here. And then I used Cascade 220 Superwash Wave, which is a new worsted yarn that it's a marled look, but it's gradient.
Okay.
So yeah, it's like the wave sock yarn that they've had for a few years.
Okay.
So this is one pair I did in a gray. I think this color is called Graphite.
That's pretty.
And you can see how they're slightly different because the color transitions throughout, right?
Okay.
I have to just do this so I can see. Yeah, but that's the same skein. It's just blowing out a little bit, but yeah, light to dark.
Yeah, that's pretty.
And then you can see that change more in this color, which is crushed grapes. I got this one at Wolseley Wool when I was in Manitoba. It looks like 2 different yarns.
That looks pretty though.
So this one actually, right, that's where I ended and then kept going. Yeah. So I haven't decided yet if I'm going to gift these as is, or buy another skein in this colorway and knit 2 more socks and just see how which 2 look better together.
It is, right?
Yeah. I mean, they won't be identical because it just depends where they ended it on the mill, but that's okay. But these are very different.
Yeah.
But I love them. I would wear these. Maybe I'll keep them for me. And then the third pair is 100% Peruvian Highland wool. So these are all pure wool with no nylon, but they're just cottage socks. So I'm hoping that they are durable and they last. So the Peruvian Highland wool I bought it from Yarn Indulgences, and this is a Marl called Night Sky, and the yarn is Wool You Knit.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, and then I think she dyes it. So this is more, it's not a gradient, it's just more.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. If you hold it back, you can see stripes.
Yeah, it's neat, hey?
Yeah, it's good.
So it has very much like a hand spun look. And this is what, the skein looked like. So.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
love it. Yeah.
Right.
So there's 3 pairs of socks for you. Wow. And I have one more pair of socks. These are Timber Yarns, the Bia Unicorn 2022. This was called Black Tie Unicorn. So it was a marled sock yarn, and then she dyed it in stripes.
It looks good. It's really pretty.
I love them. Yeah. So I've got this pair done.
Looks good.
And they're not matchy-matchy. I actually did one sock one way, and then a la Lisa, I did the stripes going the other direction.
Yeah, if they can't match.
So that's it's kind of cool how they like blue and green line up, but they're flipped.
Yeah.
That's neat.
That's good.
Yeah. And this was I didn't use a pattern. I just did like a straight stocking stitch so it rolls.
Okay.
About an inch and a half maybe, and then about an inch of 2x2 rib. And then I knit a little bit on the leg and went into the heel. So these are just going to be like an ankle sock. Yeah.
Very cool. I finished a sweater. I did.
Let's see that.
It's a juice. I don't know. JUIST. Juiced. Number 2 by Anja Strict. And it's really kind of neat because you can't really see a lot of the increases. It's right here and here. They're kind of hidden.
Yeah.
Kind of hidden like me. So this is the yarn that I had to go get. This is the sweater I did in the Donnegal Studio Donnegal in the tweed. So yeah. So and I did. I followed the pattern. I did a nice long 3x1. The only thing
I like that
3x1. I often roll my cuffs, so I don't know if these are right at the right length where I won't have to roll them. But I also did a 3x1 rib here and the back. I did the longer split hem. It doesn't call for a split hem, but I like the split hem. So it's the whole point of knitting. So you can.
Can I ask you about that yoke? Are the increases like all the way around in the circular part?
Yeah, no. There might, like when you first finish here, you do a couple of increases here, and then the increases are all right. Do you see how it comes down there?
Oh yeah.
It's hard to see unless I stretch it all out, and it comes down like that. That's most of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
okay. Because mine, this one, and I really love the fit of this sweater. It has a circular yoke, but then when you're done, it goes to raglan below it. It's really neat.
Okay. Yeah. That's kind of cool. No, this one doesn't. No, I look when you look at it. No, it didn't. It just did it a little bit at the top. So when you're doing your short rows. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love it.
With that, it weighs nothing, but it's so toasty.
Well, we're the sweater girls because I have another sweater.
I can't wait to see this one.
I thought I had talked about it on the last episode, and I did not. So I finished in July, before we left for vacation, I finished my Lilith.
Nice.
So here's the neck.
That's beautiful neck.
And then
I love it.
I'm trying to hold it where you can see the color the best. Probably right about there. It's very greenish. And then it goes down. There's a bit more.
When you pick that out,
yes.
Yeah.
This is ginger. Here we go. This is Gingersnapthat, and I put the neck
on the bottom
lace design. I put that on the hem.
Does the pattern call for that?
No. And on the cuff.
Nice. Beautiful.
Yeah. So I just had to do the cuff decreases to the right multiple number so that I could evenly get the pattern.
Okay.
I think it's 4. You need 4 stitches.
That's cool.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. This is so cozy to wear. I just can't wear it right now because it's too warm.
It's too cozy.
I have pictures that I took. I took pictures in Manitoba at Marianne. So I'll put some pictures in. It is Gingersnapthat yarn. It's their Luxe Worsted. And the colors are, Griffin is the top, the first color.
Okay.
It's a little more green than it's looking on camera right now. It's looking a little more blue, but it's more green. And then Deco, and I just helical knit them for probably an inch or 2, and then to blend them in.
Yeah.
And then Deco, and then I helical knitted and added in Magpie.
Looks good. I love it.
Yeah, this is a pretty accurate of Magpie. It's very bluey, some purple tones. Nice. But this is right about there, nice and green. Yeah, it's gorgeous. So
very good.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. So that's Lilith by Thea Coleman. It's a fantastic pattern. This is a raglan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really nice. Yeah. So that's my.
It's gorgeous. I love the colors on you.
Thank you. I love it. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. Do you have any more FOs? And let's whip through our whips.
Okay.
This is a long episode.
Okay. So you know what? Here's one. You'll recognize this one.
Okay.
And you can probably...
Yes. We're going to be twinning.
Right? We'll have to wear it when we go to the shows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I had to do it. It just made me so happy when I saw yours, and I'm loving it. Love, love, love it.
Tell us what it is.
It is a Musselburgh, and it is you know, I can't remember what the yarn's called. What's the yarn? It's Lang Soxx in Madrid colorway.
Yeah, it's the Capital Cities series that they did.
Yeah, in Madrid. So yeah.
Yeah. And you can still find that in some stores because you bought yours not very long ago.
Mine in True North Yarns in Barrie.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. Okay.
What else do you have?
I have these.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm halfway. I'm gonna start the heel. They're Zoomers.
Right.
That's the custom colorway that was made for a group of knitters that Zoom regularly, which I have not been able to be at recently because my daughter works at 11.
Yeah.
So by the time I leave to drive her and come back, everybody's gone. Now I do check.
You should do it.
I often do check. So yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But
well, we could change the time, but that's another story.
You know
so
why? No,
that's really
school starting. She'll be off to.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a nice. I like. Yeah, that'll be a really nice pair of socks.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, speaking of Timber Yarns, I thought I had finished these, but she posted recently that she restocked this colorway, I believe, and it's the. Is it Little Camper or
Little Camper or Happy Camper or something?
Yeah, Happy Camper.
It's so cute.
So it's like those little vintage camper colors. Yes. Mm-hmm. So I had one done, so I cast on the second one.
Awesome.
And I'm busy working on those
colors, man.
Yeah, me too. And I just used the same gray. Okay. I bought a mini skein, of the same gray to do the gray.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I am also
those
working. I'm working on my I only have 5 more inches to do on my Weekender light that I did in yarns. So yeah.
Nice.
I think I left it in the truck that's not here right now.
Oh, okay. So you don't have it there.
Yeah, so I don't have it. But yeah.
Okay. Well, I have a whip going on. It's a gift. If it's a gift for a friend, it's a hat.
Nice.
Now you can't quite see the pattern yet. It's got like some stitches falling off. It's got some meandering cables.
It's got some stitches falling off.
I'll just casually pick those back up. Yeah, you can't quite see the pattern yet. So what I'll do is show you a picture of the actual hat. It's the Adira beanie by Christy Lau.
Okay.
Okay.
We are that's very pretty. I like that.
Yeah.
We are having
So I'm using Leo and Roxy black currant held double. Okay. And this is the merino worsted, 100% superwash merino. So I've got that held double. And then I am holding it with the Rowan. I think this is also called black currant. Okay. Rowan Kidsilk.
That's a really good match.
Yeah.
That's a really good job.
So it just adds a little bit of extra fuzziness and warmth.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah. You can kind of see there. You can see the halo.
Looks good. Love it.
Yeah. So that's a whip that I started on vacay. I was seeing my friend Patty, who it's being knit for. She lives in Philadelphia. So I wanted to make sure she liked the colors. I had a couple of options for hers and pick a pattern. So yeah.
Okay.
I got started on that. Yeah. And what about you?
You know what? That's pretty much it. I did find a pair of socks that I just have to do the Kitchener stitch on the end, graph the end.
Oh.
So I'll finish those and
for next time.
Yeah. I'm going to aim to have this hat finished the Zoomer socks, the other socks, and maybe I'm hoping my weekender light for next time.
Awesome.
Yeah, I better get to work though.
Well, I have another, this is my road trip whip that I started on our trip, one of our travel days. These are called the XO socks, and they are by Lori Law.
Okay.
So that's as far as I've gotten. This is the front, and then the back has a single cable
okay.
to the heel, just to where you get to the heels. The yarn is absolutely beautiful. It's Legacy Fiber Arts Fancy Fireflies. This was in a gift box. Like, they have precious parcels that they do periodically. So it was in that summer solstice gift box.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Okay, yeah.
And I just love how it looks.
It looks really pretty.
Yeah. So I haven't even touched that since the one day in the car. So I need to get going on that.
Right? Chop, chop. And
it's still my turn.
What else did I do? I also have, for Christmas this year, I told my parents that I would knit them a sweater because they were looking at all these fancy yarns, and I told them that I would knit them each a sweater. So I have to get going on those. Those have to be done.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Two gift sweaters.
Right. What do you got there?
This is actually getting close to being done. This is Alive and Kicking, which I did have started in the last episode. And then I had it down to the armholes. As you suggested, get them to the armholes before your road trip.
Right.
So I have been knitting on the body. So this is Alive and Kicking by Melanie Bird.
Yep.
It's all crinkled because it was stuffed into my project bag, but it's got this beautiful lace around the yoke. And then I am getting close to being done.
Look at that. You are too. Are you going to do shorter sleeves?
Yeah, it's basically just a cap sleeve, but I think what I'll do is like this sleeve hole is really big.
Okay.
So like already, right? So I will definitely do a few decreases. But I like the length of this sleeve. I just love how it looks. Yeah, there might be ribbing on the sleeve. So this is the one that has just the very short 2x2 rib.
Yeah.
Here, nice side.
Do that on the bottom too. Just kind of bring it.
It is. That's what's on the bottom, and then I think it's on the sleeve as well. Yeah.
Very cool.
And I am knitting this in the most beautiful yarn. It's Leo and Roxy Linen Silk Blend.
Nice.
And that's just their label, but I'm holding it up so I can read it. And the color is Peony. It's 65% silk, 35% linen. And I am on I think it's my third ball. There's quite a bit left, so I should be able to finish with just 3, but I do have a 4th one in case.
Oh, good.
There's a lot of yardage in this. It's a light fingering, I would say.
Okay.
490 yards for 115 grams. But this is a 2.75 millimeter needle. So you can imagine at my size, how many stitches. I don't even know. I'm not counting, but it's like a bazillion. This is like knitting a bazillion pairs of socks. So fortunately, I'm in the round and round part.
Right.
But it is so beautiful. So I'm finishing it a summer sweater in September.
That's okay. There's always next year to wear it.
Yeah. And then I'll show, of course I have tons of whips, but they all probably look like the last time I showed them. So there's no point, but I will show another vacation cast on.
Okay.
So when we went to Wolseley Wool, I had not ordered this, but I saw it and it caught my eye because the color.
Right.
So you know how I love this. Here we go. This color. So this is Concept by Katia. Linum. It's recycled linen and it is a blend, I believe.
Nice.
70% cotton, 20% linen, 10% polyamide. And it's so soft.
It's squishy.
So I bought all the balls of this they had. It was like 10 or 12. I don't know. Because I didn't know what I was going to knit with it and I didn't know how many I'd need, but I bought them all. And because again, it was on sale. And then they had a few balls of this natural color.
Well, that's pretty.
I don't know if they have color names. This is color 85. This is color 50. So look at that. So I cast on the Avena sweater by Jen Steingass. Yeah, so I've just started. This was my thumb started giving me trouble, so I didn't get any further, but this is the neck. And then
that's good.
I've got some wonky tension here, which I'm going to fix on the back when I block it. But yeah, so where can I show you? So this pattern, because you can't tell at all what it is supposed to look like if you're not familiar with it, I'll show you.
That's the one that has all the almost wheat on slants, isn't it?
Yeah, they're curved. It's really pretty.
I saw somebody did it with green and purple on a gray background, so it looked like what's it called? Lavender.
Oh, nice. That would be really nice. So yeah, there's Jen's.
Beautiful.
And mine's going to be very warm and wintry on this heavier yarn. So yeah, I bought enough to do that.
Cool.
Cast that on. And I think that's all for whips.
Okay.
Let me just double check. Yeah, my Exo Soxx. I had Avena 11 kicking. Yeah.
I'm going to what? I'm going to the knitting loft on Wednesday, next Wednesday.
Nice. Do you have something in mind?
No, I just hope I'm not as excited and dumbfounded as I was last time.
Well, we're both going to the Kitchener Waterloo Knitters Guild fair.
So that'll be fun.
That's September 10th. And so I get to see you in person.
I'll maybe try and finish my hat.
Okay. It might be too warm for a hat.
Man. Oh,
I'm gonna wear this.
I'll bring my heart.
I'm gonna wear my Derecho. Unless
cool.
As long as it's not 30 degrees. I'm just gonna quickly grab I have a little bit of yarn haul to show.
Yep.
Just because there's some kind of different things. Yeah, just 1 second.
Right.
It's not everything I bought, but it's a few things. I did buy myself a sweater quantity of Cascade 220 Heathers in kind of that light aqua, light turquoise color. Yeah, I won't show it, but I bought a whole bunch of skeins of that with the Wolseley Wool 20% off sale.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then when Marianne and I went to, I just have a few things to show, so this isn't a large haul.
That Marianne's a bad influence. Hi, Marianne.
When we went to the shop in Beausejour, which is the Needlecrafts and Studio. First, this caught my eye. I don't know why. Maybe because I was knitting on that other pink sweater, but I bought 2 skeins of this. It's Malabrigo.
You go through a pink phase every once in a while.
Mecha. Yeah. It's the Malabrigo Mecha, and the color is 398 Rosalinda. So this is a bulky, non-twisted, like 1-ply. Nice. Isn't it pretty? I think this would be really pretty color work. Like for the color work in a sweater.
Yeah. With navy?
With dark gray.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. I bought 2 because I didn't know what I was going to do with it, but I thought, well, if I did color work in a sweater, the only thing is it's bulky. So like the sweater would have to be bulky, which is kind of very warm. And then I saw some yarn that this is actually her own dyeing. So the label is Beaufy. And she dyes it herself. And there were 4 skeins. I'm only showing you one. There you can see the colors perfectly. Oh, nice. There were 4 skeins of this. So this is a BFL sport weight. There's 259 meters. And the color was my color. And she had 4 skeins of it. So I bought those.
Cascade BFL.
Cascade has a BFL? Oh. Mm-hmm. I wonder what, is it a sport weight? I could get something to go with it, but
I
it's a
think
little
so.
woolly. It's a little woolly feeling.
Mhm.
I don't know what I'm going to do with it just yet.
It'll
But
actually, if you do a swatch, it will soften quite a bit.
soften. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I thought I could even soak the skein first and then dry it and just see how it feels. So yeah. So that's 4 skeins of that. And then she had some sock yarn. So again, the color caught my eye. It's a 75-25.
That's pretty.
And that's just my jam. It's looking more blue on the screen. It's a little more like a greeny, sprucey green color.
It's pretty.
Really pretty. So these aren't repeating colors. These are all kind of one of a kinds. But yeah, so she's got her own yarn there, folks. It's a gem of a shop. And then one other little thing that came in the mail. Now, this is no longer on her website. Follow Timber Yarns if you want to know if she's going to have it again. But this was a Christmas in July colorway called Sooty Santa.
I got that.
And I know. And it's the self-striping marl.
Except for, you know what? When I was talking to her about that, when I was texting her, it kept coming up as something totally different. And she was killing herself laughing.
Yes. I actually was helping her with the name for this. So I love it. But I like it because it's not so Christmassy. It has a very cottage vibe.
Yeah.
And then just a skein of the licorice color to go with it if I want for coordinating. So yeah, I think that's all.
Yeah, I got a couple of those I got Hudson Bay Sooty Santa, which I was going to call yeah.
Oh, Canada, you mean?
Yeah.
Like the
Canada.
Oh
yes.
Yeah.
Not the other.
What do you
Oh, Canada, and I got 2 more. I forget.
Wouldn't this make an awesome Musselburgh hat?
Yes, it would.
Right? And you could do
like a black stripe, a red stripe, a black stripe, and then do this. Ooh.
Well, when you do a self-striping sock yarn, the crown and like the 2 ends, so the crown on both sides, the stripes are going to be wider.
Okay.
Because you're doing your increases, decreases, right? So you could use the solid.
Yeah, yeah.
And then once you're at your gauge, then you could go into the striping.
I would hate to tuck all those ends in at the other end when you have.
Well, you only have 1, 2.
Yeah.
3, 4. Not so bad. Yeah, I won't make a hat with it. I'm going to make socks with it, but it would make an awesome hat. Yeah, so that's Timber Yarns.
Very cool.
I don't know if I have
off some like a marled hat too, like if it was a solid color.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, you know how else you can achieve that if you want a heavier gauge. Just hold 2 yarns together, marl your own, and then you could do totally like a marled fade with scraps.
Oh no, don't do that to me. I have I'm thinking
all your blacks,
you know,
Lisa, all your blacks and grays, you could totally do that.
Yeah, I could. Well, not even that. What about all my holes downstairs?
Yes. Okay, so what's next up on your radar for knitting? What are you thinking of casting on next?
You know what? I want to do a colorwork sweater. I would like to, well, I obviously have to do the 2 sweaters for Christmas for my parents, but I would really like to do like I want to say ugly Christmas sweater, but it's not going to be ugly. I want to do let's call it a festive Christmas sweater. Like,
okay.
Like the mint sweater that Natalie Sheldon has.
Oh,
Merry Mint.
Merry Mint.
Gaindeer has a really pretty one. I purchased a pattern from a place in the States that's really nice. So I'd like to do, and it's full color work, like top to bottom color work. I'd like to do that.
Yeah, you should. Yeah. I've got that Avena that I just started.
It's pretty.
And I have been looking at the Easy V sweater. It's a recent release from Caitlin Hunter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I've been looking at colors I have in stash for the color work for the yoke. So that's something I'm thinking about doing. But I also thought I'd like just a plain one color, maybe maybe a little bit of color work, nothing crazy, but just a worsted weight, you know, easy fast knit, kind of like the super simple summer sweater that I did in the worsted weight, but not, I don't want to do the same one again.
You
Like
said
I'll
that
do,
so fast. Try this one. Try the one that I did.
yeah, that like something like that.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather, I don't know, I think I like the circular yoke.
Okay.
Or this one, how it's circular to raglan. So we'll see. I'm gonna look at patterns. I only know I don't think I want to do the weekender.
No.
If I did the weekender, I would do it with stocking stitch and then just slip stitches. Like I wouldn't do it reverse stocking stitch.
No. I did
So
the one I'm doing right now, I didn't even bother with the stitch down the front.
oh, you just yeah.
Yeah. Because
But I like the nap to
yeah,
shoulder on that.
the boat.
Yeah.
It's a boat. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing
So
I find is with my other one, my one that's made of the Aranmore, the thick one, it rides up here.
see, I was just gonna say that, but that's the thing.
Across.
It's too straight.
Yeah. So
So you need one that has the short rows at the back to
yeah.
bring this down a bit, maybe, or just do a rounded nap.
There's a couple of nice boat neck ones that do that a bit, a more open
Yeah.
at the front as opposed to straight across. I think the one straight across is more like a ballet. Now Heidi Kiermaier does one where you knit a triangle here and you knit a triangle here and then you pick up stitches. I'd be interested in doing that.
Yeah, that sounds neat.
Like
yeah.
Shipmate or something.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the picture is always in stripes. It looks really cool though. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So I don't have a pattern selected and I don't know what yarn I want to use, but I kind of in the mood for just that. Just I've done like texture, I've done lace, I've got a color work on the go.
Right.
So I kind of feel like, and I have a couple of sweater quantities I've purchased that I haven't done anything with yet. Chop. Lots of things I want to knit. Not enough time. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think we're pretty much done.
Awesome.
We have a lot of photos. So photos from the fiber festivals we went to.
Yep.
Photos from the stores. I took a few photos at the stores I visited on my vacation. And I'm just looking to see. Oh, and we've got entries in our Show Your FO group. So those, we'll be putting those all in the slideshow at the end. Maybe we'll do Show Your FO first, and then we'll have pictures of the yarn show. So if you haven't heard of Show Your FO, you can add your finished project photo to our discussion thread in our Ravelry group.
Yep.
It's called Show Your FO. And then we like to just show what our friends are knitting on. So we'll put some at the end of every episode.
Oh, that's good. I love that idea. That was such a good idea you came up with. Yeah.
If you don't use Ravelry, but you would like to show your FO, that's absolutely fine. Email us with the image of your project at codependentknitters@gmail.com and tell us the details. So what pattern, what designer, what yarn did you use? Yeah. But there's some beauties in this Show Your FO.
I know, right?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. We are thinking of another knit along to start in the fall, but that'll come soon. We're just contemplating that. And we're going to see each other in September.
I'm excited.
And we're going to see each other again in October at the Woodstock. We're going to go to the Woolstock Fleece Festival. And my sister Marianne and our friend Shirley are planning to come to Ontario and go to that with us. So that is so exciting. Marianne came last year, and yeah, she's going to be coming
that was
again.
awesome. And I missed Shirley this year because I had COVID.
So thanks for watching. Thanks for
joining
us. Thanks for joining our make-alongs. We've always got prizes at the end of them, and we love to see what you're knitting on. Yeah.
All right. Well, happy knitting.
Make time to make something, and we'll see you again soon.
Pretty soon. And I can't wait to see you.
I know.
Right, perfect.
Okay, bye.
Bye.